Championship, live on Fight TV. And this is a pro fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing first in the red corner. He stands 5'10", weighing 170 pounds. Fighting out of Carbondale, Illinois, he represents Sabin's Martial Arts Academy, Tavae, Southern Illinois, Golden Boy, Lewis. And in the blue corner, he stands 6 foot tall, weighing 170 pounds. Fighting out of Cincinnati, Ohio, he represents JG MMA with a record of 6 wins and no losses. Taylor Ruscin.
Now, I definitely don't want to say it's a no-lose situation for Lewis, because, I mean, he's a professional fighter, but he's facing a guy who is 6-0. When you're 6-0 and you're looking at possibly being 7-0, you're also looking at getting calls from the Bellators, the UFCs, the Dana White Contender Series, PFL, any number of overseas promotions. And if he is able to derail that from Ruscin, as he looks to do early, that would be huge for both men.
Absolutely. That's 6-0. There's a lot of momentum going for him, but like you said, for Lewis, he's going to go in all for nothing because he's got nothing to lose here.
And bad blood leading into this fight.
Absolutely. You could see the animosity prior to the start of the fight.
Lewis working for that high crotch.
He has it.
And he does it big.
Takedown from Lewis.
What a magnificent high crotch takedown that puts Lewis right into side control.
Wow, Taylor was trying to get a guillotine.
That's points right there. That was a beautiful, beautiful maneuver.
It looks like he baited Ruscin as well, because he kind of floated his head right there to give him the idea maybe he can land that guillotine, but no, overhead and then around. Even threw in a little pivot while he did it. That was magnificent.
Absolutely. Yeah, talking to Lewis before this fight, he did quit his day job. He's in the gym full time now, so I expect to see a pretty impressive performance out of him coming in to looking to derail Taylor Ruscin's 6-0 streak.
And that is a huge leap for a 2-fight pro. Look at Ruscin. Wow!
And rolled out the rear naked. Wow, that was amazing.
Ruscin rolled to Lewis's back, and then Lewis immediately was able to scramble out. Seeing some leg play here.
Definitely see the caliber change between amateur and pro tonight.
Really good ground battle as Ruscin now finds himself on his back. Lewis maintains half guard.
Lewis kind of feeling this one out, trying to push out of that half guard. Ruscin just trying to stay alive.
There are those elbows that we talked about, and that's going to be a major difference. Ooh, setting up for a double wrist lock.
There you go.
Arkamura.
Tavae getting some shots in, trying to take his
hard.
mind off.
It's going to be hard to get his hips out here.
Yeah. Not sure if Ruscin maybe trying to throw a knee there.
He's cranking. He's trying to clear the arm, but man,
that's going for that Kimura.
That's pretty solid from Lewis, and Lewis has Lewis able to get his arm out.
He's free. And still in the half guard of Ruscin here. Ruscin posturing up. Ooh, and Lewis moves into the full mount.
Tavae working those slip elbows.
Those were nice, downward right into the face of Ruscin.
Back of the head.
Lewis sitting a little high, though.
There's so many more options for strikes from this position as we're seeing.
Absolutely, got the elbows to the head. Really,
don't have to create as much space, don't have to create as many different angles.
Yeah, but those elbows, really hard bone, a lot of quick force.
There's some
do some
swelling.
damage.
There's some swelling. Speaking of damage, there's some swelling on Taylor Ruscin.
Lewis still has a minute and a half to work, too.
Ruscin look like he's taking some shots.
Yeah.
Could this be it?
It might be a stop. It might be a stop.
Ruscin's going to have to do something. Chris Kinnan looking
The referee was so close to stopping it.
Some big swelling on Ruskin's head there.
It was an interesting spot of head control there from Ruscin.
Yeah, Tavae was dropping those slip elbows and then like mixing it up with that nasty forearm grind in the face.
This has been an outstanding round for Lewis.
Absolutely. Just controlling this fight right now.
Oh, he has a face crank on, trying to get underneath.
There he goes.
He's trying to flatten
It's really
him out.
doubles. He can work a face crank, neck crank, or he can slide that under. But now he's setting up for a head and arm, an arm triangle.
Yep.
If he can cross over,
Not sure how tight that is. Ruskin
it's going to be
seems-
tough
Oh,
up against
wow.
the cage. I am very surprised that Taylor gave that, or that Lewis gave that up.
Bit of a breathing change from Ruskin there. Not sure if he's all there yet.
More big strikes.
He was landing some heavy elbows. He could have had his bell long.
Yeah, I noticed the definite breathing difference.
Round one in the books. Am I crazy to think that Lewis took that? Perhaps 10-8.
No, you are not crazy. I think Ruskin, a couple of insignificant strikes at best, and then was just dominated by the younger Lewis.
We've not seen a round that dominant here tonight.
I mean, starting it off with a bang with that beautiful takedown, controlling the striking, getting to that dominant position, and just putting the hurt on him.
Speaking of putting the hurt on him, Lewis had to have his cup adjusted in between rounds. Let's take a look back at this beautiful takedown.
Wow.
Absolute quality right there.
That is high level, and you still see Ruscin with the arm in the space where he tried to gain that guillotine.
And that was definitely some high-level wrestling there.
Be much quicker round timer in between rounds.
6-0 Ruskin with a 1-1 Lewis.
This would be a huge win for Lewis.
Stalemate on the takedown.
Yep, Lewis on top in the half guard of Ruskin there.
If you're Ruscin, you have to get something going here.
Right.
If you spend 5 minutes underneath Lewis again, that might be near impossible to overcome.
You're going to have to finish in the third round. That's the only way. But still early in the second round. Let's see where this goes. I know Lewis, awesome performance from this position in the last round.
Back to full mount.
We saw Ruscin scramble a little bit, but he was much fresher earlier. He's leaving his arm open here and there. Doesn't seem to be worried about an arm bar. Doesn't seem to be worried about a head and arm. But now he's flattened out.
So he's working for the choke.
He looked like he has that in.
That's a tap.
That's a tap.
Lewis gets the win.
Lewis gets the win. He
A
gets the
huge
finish.
win, and you can hear a pin drop in this crowd.
I think that was a surprise. I mean, you got an undefeated fighter, like you said, possibly getting looked at by Bellator, and then a 1-1 coming in and just dominating that fight.
That was a one-sided performance from Lewis, and now he is a name that you have to watch.
That was
The South Illinois Golden Boy.
Southern Illinois Golden Boy.
And you better believe he let the matchmakers know right after that one.
Oh, yeah.
Went over and called out Billy Donovan, as we all have a time or two.
Right, sometimes you got to put them in their
Well,
place.
sometimes you just deserve it, so.
No, beautiful performance from Tavae Lewis, the young, now 2-1 fighter.
Referee Chris Kimmon stops his fight when he sees the tap out, the rear naked choke. Your winner, Tavae, Southern Illinois.